Thanks for joining us live for NBA Basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors playing here at the Oracle Arena. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Kidd Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in at the 5. Curry can't get it to go.
And Steph Curry, not just a superstar player, but one of the best contracts in basketball this year and next for under $24 million combined. And you can bet he's due for a major increase in pay when 2017 rolls around.
Here's Kidd Gilchrist, and it's sent back by Bogut. Outside Curry. From deep. Oh!
How about that, Kevin?
What range on that shot. Unbelievable. It's amazing. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Williams passes to Batum. Zeller dishes to Walker. Kidd Gilchrist. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
You know what? His finishing ability not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force. And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here. Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Now, here's Thompson. Following the miss by Kemba Walker. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Kidd Gilchrist.
Not good shot selection. Long range and the defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Charlotte moving it around. It's stolen by Green. From deep. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
Curry kicks to Green. From deep three-point range. But they get it back.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
It's stolen by Green. And it's the Warriors on the break. Curry. And it's blocked. They retain possession. Got a piece of it. Shot clock at 6. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Curry's got 10. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Warriors.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Here's Walker. 10 points separating the teams.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
Outside, Green. Bogut kicks to Green. From deep. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will come the other way. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that run.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
Curry with it. He's picked up by Walker. To the middle. Bogut the pass to Green. Walker against Curry. Warriors the rebound. Green kicks to Bogut. From deep three-point range, Shot is no good.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
That's a two-pointer from Walker, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Curry. Kept alive. Green dishes to Barnes. Curry against Walker. From deep. Oh, look out, and then you throw up stuff like that. You go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh, goodness.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Warriors. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jefferson's checked in for Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Lee's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. Iguodala with the steal. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
There's Lee with the three. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
There's the feed to Bogut. Back to Iguodala. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range, no good. Some solid defense there from Landy.
Rebounding's going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be in trouble. Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Barbosa comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. The Hornets also with him. Fast break now for Charlotte. Lee's running. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he's willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league.
Kaminsky misses.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul. And the Warriors making a change here. Azili's checked in. Here is Livingston. Off the inbound, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark fourth back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Now here's Lamb. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Barbosa, finished off the break.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Lin kicks to Lee. To halt the run. Shot is off. The Warriors go the other way with it.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards. They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Andre Iguodala with the slam.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comfort. I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry, and tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think
Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Jefferson. And they're pushing it up for the finish. And Brandon Rush slams it in.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
And the ball travels out of bounds. Last touch by Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte making some changes. Williams comes in for Kaminsky. And it's Batum in for Jeremy Lamb. Warriors leading by 23. The Oracle Arena was rocking last season, and with good reason. The Warriors would finish a league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them one off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
Green, he's checked in for Azili. The Hornets shooting a ghastly 26% from the field. Their offensive game looking completely out of whack.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Well, I tell you what, you look at the Warriors, and they were actually unstoppable in every way last season. Average home margin of victory was 13+ points. A lot of those games weren't even that close as they let things get tight in garbage time.
Barnes kicks to Curry. Back to Barnes. Golden State moving it around. From deep. Warriors the rebound. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Look out, and then you throw up stuff like that. You go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh, my goodness. And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level.